Life Essential Talk, your favorite talk show where we talk about marriage, healthy family relationships, effective parenting, and basic life lessons. I am your usual host, Uche Chukwuma, and with me as usual is Clare with Ohunayo.
Good evening, listeners.
Okay, on Monday we had a very interesting topic, youth and moral values. I hope you listened. I hope you got something basic from that topic. Well, we have another very key theme this evening, which is the importance of having good family relationships. Family is everything. Without family, you have no solid identity. Without family, things can be different. Well, we have guests today who will tell us all we need to know about the family, the importance of having a good family relationship, and how to build strong family relationships. Well, today and shortly, we shall be having a very good and interesting conversation. Don't go anywhere. Thank you, wonderful listeners, for staying tuned to Radio Maria 91.3 FM. Still on Life Essential Talk to discuss the importance of having good family relationship. Now it's time to welcome our very special guest to Life Essential Talk. We have with us Mr. Abel Abuka, who is an educationist, a husband and a father to two lovely children. You are welcome, Mr. Abel Abuka.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, joining him is Mr. Christian Dimba, our regular guest, who is also an educationist and a family man of over 24 years of marriage. Good to have you once again on the show, Mr. Dimba.
Thank you very much, ma. And good evening, listeners.
Okay, nice to have you, gentlemen, on this family show. You know, when we talk about family, we are actually talking about the most important agent of socialization. We are talking about where the foundation of every individual lies. Now, before we go into the importance of having good family relationships, help us to get a clearer description of a family. Starting with you, Mr. Abel Abuka, tell us. Let's have a clearer description of what a family is.
Once again, thank you for having me and welcome, listeners. Family, the word family actually is gotten from a Latin word that means familiar.
Okay?
And familiar, that designate means household, which means home. And that includes parents, children, as well as mates that lives in that home. All right? And so the family is a place, somewhere we go to have someone who loves us and both brings blessing to us. The family is a group of persons united united by the ties of marriage, blood, or adoption, and these form a single entity of people living in a specific position or in a place as a single unit. It is also a group of people that are closely related by blood or marriage, or as parents, children, uncles, aunts, niece, nephew, etc. Also, family, somebody defined family, McLeaver, he said family is a group that is defined by sexual relationship which is sufficiently precise and enduring to provide for a procreation and upbringing of children. The truth is, the family is the microcosm of any society, which means it's a very significant small unit in a society, but eventually it forms the whole society. And so if anything happens to the family, the society collapses.
Exactly.
If there's problem in the family, there's going to be a collapse of the society.
Exactly.
The US Census Bureau also defined family as a group of two or more people related by birth, marriage, adoption, and that are residing together.
Okay.
We must also understand that when we say family, it is a place where we go and we have love, and this love, people come around and we hug ourselves, we put hands around our neck, and we say thank you, we share our burden, we share experiences, and it makes a whole life beautiful.
Oh, that's wonderful. You have really told us that you are an educationist. Okay, Mr. Dim, what do you have to add to what he said?
All right. Good evening, listeners. Now, talking about family, we know that we have types of family.
Okay.
We have the nuclear family, where you have a couple and then their children. We also have extended family,
Okay.
where you have the grandparents, you have the cousins, you have the aunts, you have uncles, nephews, nieces, etc. We have the blended family, where one is remarried. You have remarried people, persons. Now, talking about the nuclear family. Nuclear family is a small group consisting of a husband, a wife, and children. Naturally, all adopted. It is more or less an ultimate unit that is not under the control of adults or elders of the house. Then we also have this joint family. It consists of 3 or more generations living together under the same roof, sharing same kitchen and economic expenses. It is a house consisting of 3 or more nuclear families living together.
Okay.
Yes. Now, we also have, on the basis of birth,
Okay.
we have family of orientation.
Okay.
It is in which an individual is born. Is a family of orientation. We also have family of procreation.
Okay.
It is where an individual sits up after his or her marriage. So you have all of this together
Okay.
as a family.
Family.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you have given us a very definite meaning, a very definite description of what a family means. Thank you so much for that, and also including the types of family. This will really help us to go into our next talk. That's our next section. Will be on importance of having a very good family relationships. So let's take a musical break now to proceed as soon as we get back. Don't go anywhere. with Mr. Abel Abuka and Mr. Christian Dimba. Well, you have given us standard definitions of a family, what a family constitutes, the different types of families, and what family relationships. There's a media definition of what family relationships is all about. Well, now, let's go into what we are really here for, which is the importance of having good family relationships. Because some people take it for granted. And like you said, if the family is not okay, the society will be okay. So the family needs to be solid. The family needs to be strong for any other thing to be okay. So tell us the importance of good family relationships, starting with you, Mr. Abel.
Thank you very much. Family relationship. Before we look at the importance, let's understand what we mean by family relationship. In a family, we have constituents, that is, people who make up the family. We have the father, the mother, the children, the aunt, the niece, the housemaid, and everyone who comes as a result of blood connection, adoption, or marriage, living as a single unit. Now, you will discover that each one of them have their specific positions. For instance, the father, the man in the house, has a specific position, the mother has a specific position, and there's interaction between everyone that make up the family. There is the father-mother relationship, there is the father-son relationship, there is the father-daughter relationship, there is the father-housemaid relationship, vice versa, mother-son, mother-daughter, and also parents and extended family members relationship. Now, if you look at this relationship one after the other, why is it important to have this relationship intact or available around the society? Number one, it is important because family will make all its members feel safe and connected to one another. It is also very important because conflict in family, there will always be conflict in family. There will always arise conflict. This conflict in family will teach children to be respectful, and it will show them ways to resolve problems in the future. I read about a family. There was this family, the man discovered that there's always disagreement, there's always anger, there's always bitterness, because he has a large family and the material resources available is limited. For instance, they have just a single bathroom, and so when it is time for people to go in and take their bath, they take turn, and it brings friction. So the one outside will be shouting at the one inside and say, "Why are you wasting time? Please come out of that place. I'm late too," and that one will be replying back, causing friction. So the man thought of something to do. And he came up with a plan and gathered everybody in the house and said, "Listen, from today, nobody speaks. Just sing anything you want to say in this house." So when it is time to go to have your bed and somebody is there, you start singing with it and say, "Who is there in the bathroom?" That one will reply and sing back. So it was fun in the house. The friction became laughter, it became joy, and before you know it, the anger, the bitterness just fizzled out like that. So it teaches the children that you can resolve problems just from home, learning from the family. Also, the family will give strong relationship and teach children how to trust in other family members. It also will help the basic unit, which is every constituent in the family, to feel safe, protected, accepted, and loved despite any shortcomings. Thank you.
Okay. Now, Mr. Dimba, what do you have to add to what Mr. Abel Abuka said?
We the family also provide us with the comfort of having people, by our side during tough time. Sometimes we face hard times.
Yes,
You need somebody by your side.
exactly.
You need someone that you can actually talk to. You need someone, when I think I watched this Gifted Hands.
Okay.
Gifted Hands. The mother of Ben Cassie in that movie. There was a time she was challenged. At that point, there was nobody to talk to. She was actually looking for somebody that she can actually talk to, someone she can empty herself, but nobody was there. So she started going places to look for someone that she can actually talk to. So the family provide us with that, someone by our side that we can actually
talk
talk
to.
to.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much. Now you have given us the importance of having good family relationships. From what you said is very important. I don't think we can do without it. It's very, very important. So now let's look at how we can build good family relationships. How can we build good family relationships?
Thank you very much. Building good family relationship starts with a whole lot of things to consider. We have simple steps to take because strong, healthy family relationship doesn't happen overnight.
It doesn't.
It is a deliberate act, step by step, to actualize. Like the tribe in South Africa, Ubuntu tribe, will always say, I am because you are. It's a family tie to suggest that if one fails, we all fail, and so we will ensure nobody fails, we move on. I read about what happened to some children in South Africa, Ubuntu tribe to be specific.
Okay.
An archaeologist came to town and he saw a group of children playing and he wanted their attention. So he picked a box and put in candies, sweets that will attract the children, and dropped the box beside a tree, under the tree, and asked the children, whoever gets to this box first will have the whole sweets and candy. And the children spoke to themselves, Ubuntu. They held their hands together, they ran to the box, and all of them got to the box at the same time. And so the man told them, how come you have this idea? They replied, Ubuntu, meaning I am because you are, and I am because we are. Nobody loses, nobody fails, we all share out of this sweet. Now,
that is how a family should be.
Yes. So now, looking at how to build, number one thing, we must spend quality time to build a good and strong family relationship. What does it mean to spend quality time? It's not difficult. We know we are busy running here and there to have ends meeting. But in that tight schedule, we can pick out little time to share and live together. The time we spend on the table for dinner is a beautiful time. Put the asset aside. Discuss as a family. Ask questions. Ask your children, how was school today? What happened to your new mathematics teacher? And so pry, speak, listen to them, have quality time as
Okay,
a father.
you have spoken that this is in respect to a young family. Okay, what if the children are all grown? What if you have grown-up children? Let's say you have, okay, let's talk about the brothers and sisters all grown up. How can they have this communication to keep the family stable and strong?
All right. Now, we're still talking about spending quality time.
Yes.
Now, if you have your children all grown, some of them in the higher institution, some of them maybe boarding school, and some are already working, living
Or even
on their
married.
own.
Or
Okay.
even married.
Or even
Married,
All
yes.
right. today technology has made spending time with each other easy.
Okay.
We don't need to be physically available. The internet has made it very easy. The WhatsApp is there. You can create a family WhatsApp group. For instance, my family have a family WhatsApp group where we discuss. It is difficult for my parents to have all children come home and meet the way we have always been. The easier thing or the most common of how we meet is to use a WhatsApp group or a Telegram group where you discuss family, you see yourself, you discuss with yourself, and so distance is not a barrier. Anywhere you are, you can spend quality time with your family.
All right, so Mr. Dimpa, what do you have to say?
Yes, to add to that, like he said, is very important. Technology today, with technology, no distance. Anywhere you are, we can bring ourselves
Has made
together.
things
We can,
easy
yes,
for us,
we can
yes.
talk. But once in a while, I think we need to create time. Like in my family, every December, everybody, wherever you are, you must go. Having everybody around, we also create time to, we do something like fasting, physical meeting.
Okay.
We talk to ourselves, on one-on-one. You look into my eyes and talk to me, I talk to you. You understand?
Okay.
Together. So we do that. Just to add to that.
Okay.
Yes. Now, another way of building a strong family relationship is to maintain good communication with one another in the family.
Okay.
It is very key. Communication is very, very important.
Okay, adding to what he said.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Communication is very, very important. Today one of my students was just complaining to me. I called him, I said, young man, please come and talk to me. What is happening? Mommy is complaining at home. Daddy is equally complaining at home. You are no longer doing well. What is really happening to you? Then this young man said, sir, I don't really know how to explain it. But at home, they don't give me space. They don't give me breathing space. Now, when something happens and I want to explain myself, they don't want to hear me talk. Daddy is always right. Mommy is always right. I think it's not supposed to be
That way.
like that. Let there be a communication, Something happened. Young man, what is it? What is the matter? He will say, so you advise. You tell him something. Not like only mommy is talking or only daddy is talking. And when he's trying to say something, mommy is shouting him down. Daddy is also doing the same thing. And then the boy is now having a different thought, like what is really happening here? Am I supposed to be here? Am I needed here? So it's always a problem. Let there be respect for one another, no matter how small, how long. There should be respect. You respect me, I equally respect you. Listen to me. Give me attention. Let me also express myself. Not because you are my mother or you are my father. We should listen to ourselves. Husband, listen to your wife. What your wife is saying, wife also listen to your husband. Children, listen to your parents. And parents equally listen to these children.
Okay, let me add to this. There's a program I watched on investigative discovery. It's all about murder cases and so on. But there is this particular case I was so interested in because it had to do with a boy killing his parents. His parents, yes, not the siblings. He killed his mother and he killed his father. When he was caught after so many years, because then he was so young, he was about 17. That was when this thing happened. And he never told, nobody knew. They did all the investigation and they never suspected him. Till after some years, they caught him. There's something this man said. Then he has grown. He said that then the father the mother, they never listened to him. They are always, because then he was a rascal, always drinking and taking drugs. They always looked down on, they then looked down on him. They saw him as someone that has no plans for the future. But what triggered him, what made him to kill, that was when they say, there was a night he came in drunk. Instead of the father and the mother to really talk to him again, because you can never be overwhelmed with what your children do. No matter what it is, you should never be overwhelmed. God gave you those children for a reason. So you should be strong enough to tackle whatever problem that comes, they bring before you. So this man said that what made him to kill them was that when he came in drunk, the mother said, very soon they will ship you out to a military school. So he went crazy. You know, they have guns everywhere. That was in the US, and he killed them that night. And what he told the investigator when he was caught was, they never listened. That was what I picked. They never listened to. They didn't even try to caution him, to help him. There was no relationship whatsoever. So having a bad relationship can always lead to something like this. It might be that we don't hear much about it here. It might be that it happens, but we never know. But these things happen. There must be a good family relationship. So we have heard a whole lot. Very interesting conversation indeed. Let's take a break now to return in a few minutes for more talk. Hello, dear listeners. Welcome back to Life Essential Talk Show on Radio Maria 91.3 FM. We're still on having the importance of having good family relationships. We have talked a whole lot about family, what a family constitutes, what family relationships are all about, the importance of having good family relationships, and how to build a good family relationship. Well, the phone line is open now. Call us on 081 084 47518. Again, 081 084 47518. We're ready for your contributions, we're ready for your questions, and you have just 2 minutes to give us your contributions or ask your questions. All right, so let's get back to our topic, having how to build a good family relationship. So let's hear more about it. We have talked about communication, which is very important. What else can we do to have good family relationships?
Thank you very much. A man sat on a table, dining table, to have dinner with the family. Incidentally, it was rice. And so while he was eating, some crumb dropped on the table. He quickly picked and threw into his mouth. The younger son of just 4 years old saw daddy pick crumb of rice on the table. His dropped and he attempted to do same. The mom cautioned, "You cannot pick that crumb on the table. Bad habit." And the boy replied, "But dad just picked his now." Now we must lead by example. As parents, as elders, and those who younger ones are looking up to in that family, you must lead by example. Don't do what you are asking them not to do. Also, we must work like a team. If we are going to succeed like the Ubuntu tribe we talked about earlier, we need to work like a team and acknowledge as well as celebrate each other's talent, differences as well as our strength. If somebody fail at home, we'll encourage, we'll assist. I remember watching a medical program where a boy who was just 14 lost the dad at a very early age, so it was just him and the mother. He was selling sweets around the streets to take care of himself and the mother. Eventually, he grew taller, bigger than his age, and started developing hunchback. And when they took him to the hospital, they discovered he had something growing in his brain that is causing abnormal growth. And they told the mom, it's either it is operated or his days are numbered. But if it's going to be operated, it is 50-50 chance that he will come out whole. It's either he's paralyzed one side or he's not able to talk. So they discussed with the boy, and the boy told the mom, if you be beside me in the hospital, when I close my eye and open my eye, I see you, I will come out fine. And the mom promised him, I will be right there. That operation took more than 8 hours. Mama was beside him. And despite everything that happened, the connection, the doctors were even telling the mom, he's fighting for life, he's fighting back. And he came out strong. So we should appreciate ourselves. We should stay focused on whatever the problem is at the moment. As a family, as a unit, Ubuntu will always overcome.
This Ubuntu is very important. All right, Mr. Lim, what do you have to add?
Well, we have to teach our children how to forgive. You know, there are some people that can't forgive. They don't know how to forgive. They can't even forget. Little thing that happened today can stay for years. What are you teaching your children? At home, a little quarrel between mommy and daddy, maybe inside the room, is coming out and pouring on the children's feet. They are seeing it. They know, they are aware now that mommy and daddy, they are quarreling. No forgiveness. So where are we going? We should learn how to forgive and then forget.
Yes.
And that is when these children can equally learn too from us. It's an example, like he said, living by example. By example. If you want your children to forgive one another, you too, you have to learn how to forgive, not just your wife or husband. You have to forgive them too in their mistakes, their
Yes.
shortcomings.
Yes.
You have to forgive them. You have to show them this is it, and they will learn from you, they will emulate you. You understand? You call them for a talk, a chat. You release yourself. Be approachable. Let them come to you. This is what is happening. You iron it out and let go of everything.
Okay,
You know,
just hold on. Let's remind our listeners of the number again to call 081 084 47518. Again, 081 084 47518. You can also send SMS or send your messages via WhatsApp. Okay, so there's something I want to add to this. I have a little story. There's this woman that came to me. We're talking about forgiveness now. She told me that she has this problem with her brother. They grew up they had no problems when they were younger. But at this stage, it's as if there's a problem, and she can't seem to figure it out. The brother finds it difficult to relate to her properly the way it was when they were younger. She tries to communicate, to talk to her brother, the normal way. The brother doesn't really respond that way. And she even at a point, there was a time she asked her brother something. The young man was like, "What have I done to you? Why are you saying this?" And it was like, "What did I do? What did I do?" And you see siblings. She said till today they don't communicate as brothers and sisters. They don't really relate very well. They don't talk to each other that well. And she's so afraid that she might die that way. That is, die without having a good relationship with the brother. And she has even tried to tell the mother about it. She has told the mother about it. The mother kept on saying, "No, that's how he behaves, that's how he behaves." So you now ask, the woman was even saying that what did she do that can't be forgiven? What has she done that the brother cannot forgive? So you see these things happening, and it has really affected their relationship. They don't have a good family relationship. And anything can happen. Nobody knows tomorrow. Now, when such things happen now I'm asking my question. What do you do?
Thank you.
Isabel, will you answer that?
Thank you very much. Well, to start with, one of the ways we build a strong family relationship is by setting rules that the family must keep to. Just as my colleague mentioned, one of the rules is forgiveness.
Yes.
Because from what the story is all about, somebody is not forgiving the other person.
The other person.
And because there may not have been that rule at home, we forgive ourselves no matter what. So it could prolong. But when there's such rule, as a child growing up, you know deep down your heart, I will always forgive
No matter what.
So that will solve whatever the problem may be. But as it is now, that there is a problem, the sister should still reach out to him.
Okay.
Because she will need to keep talking to him and forget about whatever is the response may look like or the response that will come. She should keep talking to him, and if he refuses, he has somebody he listens to. If he's not listening to his mom, he will be friends, maybe a religious leader that he will listen to. So she should reach out to those people to talk to him and have it resolved. It does no good for both of them to live the way they are right now.
Okay, so let's take a short break now, and when we return, we'll talk more about this. Hello, dear listeners. Still on Life Essential Talk, discussing family relationships on Radio Maria 91.3 FM. Well, before we went on break, we were talking about how to build strong family relationships, and we sort of dwelt on forgiveness being very important for a strong family relationships. Okay, so let's continue with that. Claire, I don't know if you have something to add to this.
Okay, thank you very much, Uche. I'd like to make a few comments here, just two. So I'd like to talk about, building good family relationships and come from the angle of forgiveness and forgetting. So I'd like to add something there. You know, failure. Nobody likes failure. I keep repeating this. I don't want to stop saying that, because it's something we all need to learn to live with. A lot of us don't handle failure well. I found a quote somewhere. Winston Churchill said that success is going from failure to failure without a loss of enthusiasm. And we need to teach our family that we can afford to fail. It doesn't mean it's the end, that we can move forward stronger after failure and become successful. Even if it's not immediate, we should always make sure that there's room for failure as well. And then I'd like to talk a bit about it's not just a scenario, it's a real life experience that Uche shared with us. So that woman that has a strained relationship with her brother, I would like to say, in addition to what our guests have advised, I would like to say she should stop trying too hard.
Okay.
She should just visit him, ask him to join her, if she has a family, invite him to her home, or invite him for an outing with her family, or just invite him alone. She should stop trying too hard. She doesn't need to break through. Just move, that I hope I'm making some sense. Just flow. And before you know it, he will let down whatever guard or whatever defenses he has put up. And eventually, she might even discover that it might be a simple, small thing as her maybe not standing up for him when he needed her to support him.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so Mr. Dimba, do you have something else to add to that?
Well, like my colleague said, this rules is very, very important. My father will always tell us, you don't fight in my house. You don't fight even outside the house. So if you fight, it means that you are going to remain there. Coming back home, you are coming to face the consequences for breaking that particular rule. So now, if the children are trained like this from the onset, they know that this is it. There is no way you will not keep to it. Although we know that, somehow temptations, can always come in. But like Madam Clare said, you don't need to try to just he's your brother now. So go to the house, go and visit him, go and stay there with him. If he's married, his wife is there. His wife is another strong tool that she can always use to break him. Use his wife, spend time with them. Invite the wife and the children over to your side, like that. He will gradually, just submit and join you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so let's remind our listeners once again, the number to call is 081-084-47518, 081-084-47518. Okay, so Mr. Ebel, what more do you have to add to everything being said?
Thank you very much. I talked about staying focused on the current problem,
Okay.
like the scenario, the life experience you just asked now. Stay focus on a problem that the family is currently going through will help us not to dissipate much energy talking about other problems. For instance, if there's a problem at hand, we leave every other thing attempting to solve this one. We don't bring the previous problem that has come and gone and dissipate energy trying to solve so many problems at the same time. So you pick the problems, the conflicts, the situations as they come. You deal with them one after the other. So in this scenario you just phrase or this life experience,
yes.
that is a problem. Stay on that, get it fixed, and if it means you don't dissipate energy, is a way of solving the problem. Don't dissipate energy. Allow it to flow. At times they say time will heal whatever injury. So give it time and see how it flows. I believe that as a family, if we keep all this together, we will stand and our family will be strong and have good, smooth relationship, which will translate into a better society for all of us.
Yes, and I also think that family members also need to encourage one another. You have cases where they don't encourage themselves. You see a brother saying something else, you see another person saying something else. They should be able to encourage one another. And sometimes you have envy coming in, even between family members, among family members, and it's not supposed to be so. It's not supposed to happen. Why should you be envious of one another? Why should you not support one another? You're there together as a family, and when you support one another, it will help your family relationship to be very strong. Or what do you think about that, Mr. Dimba?
All right, I think I have something to say on that. You know, most times parents make mistakes. When you start comparing your children,
Okay.
can't you see what A is doing? See A, that is your brother. See how well he is doing in school. And you are not doing well. See how this one is doing this and you are not doing well. This one is making money and you are not. You are comparing them. It's the same thing with even husband and wife. You are comparing your husband with another man outside. You are comparing your wife with another woman outside. Definitely, that envy will set in. And when that happens, it will take the grace of God for you to be able to correct that. Comparing them. So we should stop comparing. All of us can never be the same.
Okay, but what if it's not comparison? What if one of the siblings now, let's bring it down to siblings now, feel that the other one is doing better and start feeling envious because of that?
Yes, you as a parent, as a mother, as a father.
What if the parents are not there?
Are not there.
Yes.
Okay, and nobody, just these ones.
Yes.
Okay, now you can also do something. Let's say, for example, now you are the elder, you understand, and then your younger one
is envious of you.
Yes.
Yes. Envious of the older one.
You can correct him or her. It's just to pull him or her to yourself. You see this thing that I'm doing. You can even do it better. You are even better than me. It has to do with appreciation. Appreciate everything that he or she does.
Okay, so to build a strong family relationship,
Yes.
we must appreciate one another.
Appreciate. Always appreciate. That envy will die a natural death.
Okay.
But when you are doing it and then you are showing it, you are fronting it in front of this person, then you are calling for more fight, war. It's war now that you are calling for.
Okay.
So you need to calm down. You need to appreciate. You need to show love. You need to encourage him or her, and then it will die down a natural death.
Okay. Isabel, what do you have to add to this?
Thank you. Adding to it, earlier we said every constituent in a family have specific position.
Okay.
Now, because we have specific position and our position specifically is special, and so there's no need to see that the other person is better than me or I am better than the other person. And so we share togetherness as a family. Now, if somebody is doing better than the other person, it becomes a responsibility on that person to pull others. It may be the elder, it may be the younger one. He's supposed to pull the siblings together and say, look, I have seen the way this side is done. If this is not, you are not cut out for this, what do you want to do? We will support. The other person sees that you are going to support kind in whatever means possible. Envy will die because they know, yes, they know you are going to support them, bring them up. Because being up there is because of them. Pull yourself together and move as a family. Envy will go in.
Yes. Okay.
Sorry, I would like to bring this down, to a real life level. I'm going to give an example. We have, it may not be the older sibling, it may even be the younger sibling that is being envied. Like he said, carry everybody along. We have this tendency. Man, unfortunately, has a lot of pride. When I say man, mankind, humankind, I prefer using that word, humankind, instead of mankind. I'm a woman, so I always want to be included in whatever I'm saying. So now, because you have more, the tendency, we're Africans, the tendency is that you want to show everybody that it is you that has more. That is a lot of the time what leads to envy. There's a way, like what Mr. Dimpa was here a few weeks ago, and he mentioned that as a husband, sorry, not Mr. Dimpa, I think it was Tay, as a husband, you want to give your wife's family something. You want to give your own family something, give your wife. That also applies in all relationships. Don't project yourself above the other person, and then don't berate the other person. Sometimes, especially some people, the person wants to talk and you say, what do you know about business? Maybe you are discussing business and you are telling the person what does he know about business because he hasn't been successful in that area. It may be that he has the knowledge.
Okay, what are your thoughts? We have a caller on the line. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from? Okay, Vivian. Okay, where are you calling from? Hello? Hello? Oh, I think we have lost that call. Please call back. Okay? All right.
So I think I hope I think I've made the illustration clear enough. So
Yes.
I'll just stop there so I don't
Okay.
talk too much.
All right. So, Miss Abel Habuka, please let's have your parting words. We are wrapping it up at this time. Let's tell us something. Let's have your parting words at this time.
Thank you very much. Being a family means you are a part of something very wonderful. It means you will love and be loved for the rest of your life. So you cannot afford not to be a member of a family.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bell. Mr. Dimpa, do you have anything to say?
People will
All
not get
right.
go
Having
jealous.
somewhere to go is home.
Yes.
If you have anywhere to go, is home. Having someone to love is a family. And having both is a blessing.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Wow.
much, Mr. Abel Labuka, Mr. Christian Dimpa, for this great outing. It is really a pleasure. Time is not on our side at all. So thank you so much, dear listeners, for staying with us. Stay tuned to Radio Maria next week, Monday and Wednesday by 6:30 p.m. for more enlightening topics. From Clare and I, Uche, we say
Goodbye.
bye. Bye.